Saquon versus Tony Pollard. Now, this is interesting because Tony Pollard has the Kellen Moore experience.
Yep.
I don't know if you think the aversion to bringing in ex-Cowboys still exists or not.
Yeah, that doesn't do it for me.
But there is some reporting about Saquon Barkley that the Eagles might have some interest. My thought here...
That was from Howard Eskin and from Ryan Dunleavy as well from the New York Post.
Okay. My thought here is usually the Eagles... rumors about the Eagles' interest in specific people before free agency starts don't usually come true. So I'm a little bit hesitant there. However, as we look at the scope of everybody available on defense, Justin Simmons is now there are so many safeties there now. There are enough linebackers that would make a tangible difference for the Eagles. I think you can make a case that the biggest impact on the 2024 Eagles would be to sign, if you think Saquon can be prime Saquon, to sign him for whatever that is, $12 million, and then sign middle tier guys at those other positions. And you trust that Vic Fangio alone is bringing up the floor of that defense and can still, even if it's not super talented, get you to 18th in the league. And maybe Saquon helps get you to number 3 in the league on offense. And that's a better recipe for success than chasing the bottom end of the top 10 on defense and still being, top 5 on top 7 on offense.
I hear your point. It's one you've made often, and I don't disagree with the premise of it. I don't think that would be the reason why they would sign Saquon. I think my guess is their evaluation of Saquon would be higher than their would be better than their evaluation of Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard had an electric year with Kellen Moore, so there's that clear Moore connection. I think Pollard's more of you're monitoring his touches, 12 to 14 touch guy. I don't know if he's the guy you're trusting at, or you're using as an 18 to 20 touch guy. Maybe there's not that many 18 to 20 touch guys. My point is, if you're paying a running back, you're paying him, I think, to really be a lead back, taking a lot, not just 10 to 12 to 14 touches. I could be wrong in that evaluation, but that's my presumption. Saquon Barkley, well, you'd be surprised. I really like coming out of college. You rolled your eyes there. That was a joke.
Okay, that's good.
So only one of us can joke on this show.
Well, it's not a joke if you just say the same thing that you always say.
That's good. You try to humiliate me during ad reads, and then I'm
not trying to humiliate you. There's nothing
joke.
wrong. There's no kink shaming here.
There's no kink. It was a music subscription. It was
okay. BobMarley.com.
No, there's certain companies we're not allowed to mention on the ad read. It says specifically, don't mention this. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to respect our sponsor, and you have to turn that into some weird accusation. Okay, no,
it was an accusation.
So that's all it was. Anyways, back to Saquon.
Hypothesis.
Back to Saquon. With Saquon, this is gonna come down to money. I think if Saquon's not getting the contract that he wants, I don't think the Eagles are paying $10+ million for a running back. That would really surprise me. I think if the market's not what Saquon expects it to be, if it's a depressed running back market, all the prices are kind of coming down. Saquon's looking for a situation that would make a lot of sense for him, which I think the Eagles would. I think the Eagles would pay for a 1-2 year deal at decent money, but I'm thinking more the $6 to $8 million range, not that $10 to $12 million range. If you're at that number, I don't think the Eagles play. I don't think the Eagles play in those waters.
I could sort of see it, because he has the explosiveness that they're after, no doubt, and also the volume, right?
And the pass catching,
right? Which they've right. Well, yeah, but I'm saying they've talked up the pass catching in the past and not made much of it.
But Kellen Moore's here now,
right?
Yeah.
I could sort of see it. And you think you're turning, you've got this Voltron thing going on offense with Saquon, as opposed to just paying for competency elsewhere. And Saquon at his best is a difference-making player, and it would be you could imagine the attraction for him to get out of being in terrible offenses for his entire career to go somewhere where the attention is less like exclusively on him.
Yeah.
It would be a good opportunity for him. I can sort of see it.
Yeah, like to your Saquon point, I'm not saying I could see it at that number. I could see them certainly having interest. To that Saquon point, a good barometer that I always have, and this would make sense, is like when you talk to the players in the locker room about a player on another team, and when Saquon was a rookie, and were you there then, or was that the year? No, was that?
Yeah, I was there.
Okay, I don't know if that was 2016 or was that?
I think he was a rookie in 18.
He was rookie in 18. Sorry, these numbers all come together. Okay, yeah. I just remember like Malcolm Jenkins and Jim Schwartz. Yeah, obviously he was rookie in 18.
Because we were making fun of positional value as a crock.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, those guys were like, man, this guy's awesome. Like he is a really tough player to defend. And I know there's been some time since then that's elapsed, and there's been some injuries there. But I think there's just a lot of talent that I think the Eagles would pursue.
I think they could talk themselves into this being their opportunity to get a McCaffrey.
Interesting. Maybe so. They love McCaffrey.
Mm.
So,
Yeah, I think it's
so for the purpose,
and also the other thing here is like if they commit real money on like a multi-year deal to Saquon Barkley, poor Miles Sanders.
yeah, he's been chasing Saquon.
Yeah, his entire career. He's like, oh come on, he couldn't go anywhere else.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I think that Saquon moves forward over Tony Pollard.
I agree. We disagree on how much they would pay him, but I think we would agree that they'd go Saquon over Pollard.
We all silly like the mayor.